on.
Yay.
Hey everybody, welcome to IFB, Interfleet Broadcasting, news and pop culture sci-fi entertainment channel, and it's brought to you by two older guys that grew up watching 70s and 80s TV, movies, cartoons, and
seasoned.
wait a minute, seasoned but a little older, and we love talking and sharing with you all of our TV experiences and fandoms. I'm New York Pete. This is my best buddy Chris.
Hey, Tipsy Toaster. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's going to be a pretty good show tonight. We have a lot going on. And just like I said, it's our Thanksgiving. It's Wednesday. It's unusual. We usually have we usually do a Thursday broadcast at 8 Eastern time, just so everybody knows, Eastern United States. So, normally we have that. Tonight we changed it up so everybody can spend time with their families and enjoy Thanksgiving, because we wouldn't want you missing your family dinners to come listen to us. So we wanted to make sure we got your IFB in for the week, so you didn't, have a withdrawal symptoms or something like that,
That's right. Well, Jeff, thanks for joining us. James, Chuck, Rob Baum, of course, Clay Arden, Eric Patton, Chris Laskowski from Down Under, Mediocre Modeler. Thanks, guys, for joining us live. As you come on, if you post something up in the chat, I will make sure that we recognize you for coming on and watching us live. We appreciate you guys. There are a lot of you that are going to watch us later on, and we thank you as well. But we have a nice crew that come on with us. Sean, hey, Sean, what's up? Sean Shallow from Battlestar Bulletin Board. Thank you for joining us live. And we have a lot going on, Chris. So let's start with our toast. We really appreciate our fans. If it's not for the fans, we wouldn't have the fandoms that we do. So I happen to have.
Hang on. There we go.
Oh, you got
the broadcast beer, or in this case, the broadcast cider.
Angry Orchard, and this one is happens to be a natural baked apple pie flavor. I had this before; it's really good. And this is, of course, courtesy of super fan Fran Severn, author and Battlestar Galactica sci-fi fan, who has actually purchased our rounds of beverage so that we can toast everybody. Really appreciate that. And what do you got to drink?
So tonight, I didn't take Fran's money to do this because it's not cheap.
Oh, God.
So tonight, I am drinking, and if you have never had it, you need to go out and buy it. It's awesome.
Oh, you got to put yourself, I got to see that up, because I'm still up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, press the other button.
I hit the wrong button. There we go.
There we go. Oof, what is that?
Odin's Skull.
Ooh.
This is a Denmark mead. Mead from Denmark.
Oh, wow.
Made solely from 100% natural ingredients. Odin's Skull ages well. It is definitely from Denmark because there's a lot of Denmark writing here. And I don't speak Denmarkian.
I think it's Dutch.
Dutch. Odin, one-eyed and long-bearded, often carrying a spear, might be one of the most complex characters in Norse mythology. This brew is intended to honor Odin's name, master of inspiration and fury. So that's what I have tonight, and it is definitely in a clay-style bottle. So you can get this at your local stores. It's always hard to find mead at stores. You can always find wine every day of the week, but meads are always usually more difficult to find for me. So
Danish.
Anyway, Danish.
Rob
I love
Baum,
Danishes. Danishes are amazing.
Unofficial fact checkers. So is something rotten from Denmark? Danish is the language, I believe. Okay, thank you, Rob. much appreciated. Ovion's honey mead. Yes, that's
Yep.
right, Jeff. Correct. All
I
right.
wonder if there's an
Danish.
Ovion group
Danish?
in Denmark.
Oh, we should find out.
Nordic honey
Clay Arden
wine
confirmed
with sour
Danish.
apple juice, hops, and cinnamon.
Yeah. Dorian. Hey, Dorian Keys is with us. Dorian, we're gonna have you on the show, so make sure you put on your calendar the marathon. That's when you're coming. So make time for us, and we're gonna give you a time slot. So everybody that's coming on, that's what we're gonna have to do is on January 6th for the marathon. Don't forget, everybody. We're gonna be giving everybody time slots. So we're gonna have a lot of fun that day. So
Ready?
let's do the ready. One,
Yeah.
2, 3. Oh, all right. Well, check this out. I'm drinking out of this. Oh,
It's another robot.
another
Well,
robot.
I'm drinking out of this.
Very good, Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, this is a second from the shop because it got printed backwards.
Oh,
I have lots of pint glasses in my house.
let her rip. Let's go.
All right, hang on. Yep.
Okay, I'm
Ready?
pouring. I don't know what you're doing. I want to see what yours looks like, though.
Oh, it's nice and it looks like honey.
Oh, I gotta see it. Let's see. Oh, because I got mine. Here's mine. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that much tonight.
That looks very good.
It looks like it's definitely honey.
Oh. See, mine's good. Mine's darker. Yeah, cool. All right, well,
Oh, this is.
let's, well, mine tastes like honey. I mean, well, honey smells like honey, doesn't taste yet. However, it does, it has that apple pie smell. So,
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's toast.
Sure. So this is to all the fans out there. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We're very thankful for you. We're
Yes.
thankful for the fans that go and do cosplays and write fan fiction and all of the stuff that all the fans do to keep their shows alive, whether it be Battlestar Galactica or some other strange sci-fi show like UFO. So
Oh, yeah. Very
we're going
good.
to talk about that tonight. Anyways, this is to you. We always toast to you because the fans fuel the fleet.
Here's to you guys. Cheers. Oh, mine's good. Boy, is that good. We also
Dude.
have some congratulations.
Wow.
Our very own media producer George Zuvalos for winning Best Actor in
I should be able to pull that up, but I don't have it
Pushing Up
available.
Daisies. It's a microfilm that he wrote and directed in the Florence Film Awards. He got Best Actor. So congratulations, George Zuvalos, part of our team here at IFB. And
Or maybe next week I'll pull up the video or something.
Yeah, that'd be kinda
I don't
cool.
have it available right now
okay, so yeah, if we
because
can,
I'm at
eventually-
the outpost again because
yes,
I
you
have
are.
to
That's okay.
visit the Cylon. I have to visit Mrs. Toaster. So
That's right.
and my and my little waffle iron and what would my son be? Waffle iron and
Come
I
on,
don't
spit
know.
it out.
I think something.
You
Somebody
gotta
will
make
come
it up.
something up. I have to make
All right.
something up. Waffle
Eventually.
iron and I don't know, electric griddle. So visit my waffle iron, my electric griddle, and Mrs. Toaster.
Yep. Rob, the answer to your question is this microfilm does not have anything to do with the defunct series. It's an original, and yeah, so he's prolific. He's out. He's in does films and all kinds of things. And this is one of his endeavors. And so we congratulate him. He'll be on the show. We'll have him back again. I want to show this. Chris, I picked this up.
Yeah, it's a lucky find.
Oh, look at that. Oh, there we go. Isn't that something?
Can you get it closer?
Yeah, I can. There you go. Look at that.
I love our cameras. These things
Yeah,
are
look
great.
at that. Isn't that cool, though?
What's the back look like? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Smooth.
So,
It is.
yeah.
That is not 3D printed.
No, it is not 3D printed. It is not. And that reminds me of the pieces that used to be available in conventions in the early 80s. Right? You'd go to any medium to large convention, and you would see these. These would be on sale. Lola, you made it. Thank you. Carl, you're on. And I never picked one up because I'm like, what are you going to do with it? But, you ready to join Blue Squadron? I am, Rob. I am. So I just thought that was cool. It popped up on eBay, and I just couldn't help it. I had to get it. So I got it, and I got it for a very reasonable price. And I think it's really, really cool. So I want to share that with you guys. And I also happened to pick this up for our, horror fans. Another TV show from the 70s, Kolchak the Night Stalker. And it's the special Blu-ray edition. And inside of this is this special booklet. And the truth is here. And this was put together by Professor Mark Dawidiak, who is going to be a guest here at IFB, and we'll get a chance to talk all stuff, Kolchak and horror and things like that. So that's kind of cool. He also does some narrates some background information on some of the episodes. So that'll be really cool to discuss with him. I watched a couple episodes already, and they are beautiful. One of the other things that John 1 hooked us up with is we're going to have one of the reps from Non-Sports Update, and they're going to come on the show. We're going to have an interview with one of them, which is really cool. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. So speaking of John 1, he is in the wings, and he's got an update, and he attended a convention. So if we're ready, guys. Hey, John, what's up?
Hey guys, how are you? How you doing today?
Good.
So I got a little
What's
caught up.
cooking?
I had some hectic holiday stuff to do. So
Oh yeah, of course.
Life.
So, life. That's right.
like the clock. So I moved that fast in years to get the computer. All right, we got some upcoming news and release dates. After a decade, Avatar 2 will hit theaters.
Sounds like someone's really happy there.
I have an international minion exchange student coming from Germany visiting me for the week. So
Oh, excellent.
So they're very excited about what you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
they're very excited and they're very hard workers. Everything is on time and everything is great. I have all my reports done quickly. So that was unexpected.
That was fun.
Sorry about
You're fine. That's life. It's okay. It's live.
that. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. After a decade, Avatar 2 will hit the theaters this December 16th. Okay, I hope it's going to be a good story, not some film to show off the special effects. And right, Jar Jar? Well,
Yeah, Jar Jar.
but I think it's going to be like 6 movies, like every 2 years it's going to release. So that's water, and there's something else, and I lost interest. I was like, okay. But Cameron is really.
I'm looking for the Avatar Jar Jar crossover.
That's cool. Yeah, he'll be dead in the first 2 seconds of the film.
Yeah. He's end credits.
Exactly.
Well, the Scandinavians seem to like these guys. Troll will be on Netflix on December 1st. It seems a giant troll is on the rampage, and a group of scientists try to stop him. But that should be good. But same monster movie, but it's going to be in Scandinavian, so I got to read the subtitles.
And then I can have a voice actor maybe, like they did with Squid Games.
Oh, I don't know. I think trolls just make noises and grumble and stomp people. And it's time for the little wizard, Willow, to finally Willow Offgood to try and save the world again. See it on Disney Plus, November 30th. He comes back with a new crew. Hopefully there should be some cameos. I think some of the old cast is still there, but that should be on November 30th. It's a whole new series, so looking forward to that. So, also check out Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special again. This should be pretty good. It's coming out this Friday on Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh!
Leftovers and a few laughs. I'm in. Marvel's Blade film is going under another change. I think the director of Lovecraft has been given the helm, and it's going to make Blade a more darker and grittier movie, which is pretty good for Blade, because if you read the comics, it's pretty gritty. And that's it. Let's see. And Marines? Oh, that's it. I got mixed up on the pictures there. And Hulu's Darby and the Dead will be on December 2nd. A girl gets special powers after being in an accident, and she gets to talk to dead people, and she gets to help them on the side with counseling. Another remake. They really gonna make a remake like this?
And no Battlestar yet. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, Peacock, we are still waiting for Battlestar Galactica, and you're giving us this stuff.
Yeah. Please.
Well, I wonder what age category that show's aimed at.
Oh, that's all young adult, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, young adult, yeah. It's,
But it may be good.
watching
We have to give it a
2 o'clock
chance.
in the morning.
You have to give it a chance. You can't poo-poo on it till you watch it.
Yeah, that's for the 2 o'clock insomnia in me. I'll probably watch it. Who knows? I probably will. HBO Max releases Doom Patrol Season 4 on December 8th. This show is pretty good. If you guys haven't seen it, it's first season's so tough. It's a little while to get into it, and you see all the characters, but it's good. Comic book is even better. There's some good actors in it, so check it out. It's really
What the
good.
hell are they riding on? A peach?
It looks something like...
No, I don't want to know.
No.
I think it's something else. I don't know if I can say it on that. Running on something.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
And the Cisco returns from the celestial wormhole. At least that's what he said he would at the end of Deep Space Nine. But he's going to go in his own comic book.
Oops.
Oh wait, this is
Wrong
National
one.
Treasure.
There we go.
National Treasure 1, the series, coming out on, I think that's coming out December 5th, I think?
Oh, boy.
December 5th or 7th. It's going to be a TV series on Disney Plus. The girl's about to find her father, and she's going to do the same secrets as the movies. So we'll see what other secrets America is hiding. Maybe we should go through Lincoln's nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll see that. That's on Disney Plus.
Now Star Trek.
I totally forgot that one. And here it is. Here's the Cisco. Cisco's back from the wormhole, and this first episode, issue of Star Trek #1. He comes back and he tries to help the Federation. So it's out now in theater and stands.
Is this just a regular Star Trek one? It's not like it's
Star
not
Trek #1. I think it's a whole new series now.
Oh.
But this is going to be Star Trek #1, I think, and this is going to be with Cisco.
I got to call up my comic book shop and have them order those.
Now, speaking of comic books, there was a comic book that just got out yesterday. It was Spider-Man, and Eminem was on the cover.
What?
And it was celebrating
What?
the 30th anniversary of Eminem's movie, and it sold out in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
You already see it on the sites, like $800, $900 for the first episode, for the first issue. I think only 5,000 were made.
Scalping.
Wow.
Whoa. I should have got it when I had a chance.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's doing good. DC is doing a phenomenal job on trying to catch up to Marvel with the movies, the TV series, the comics. I think they're trying to make a new Watchmen team, and DC's Golden Age #1. So they're really hitting hard with the fans, coming up pretty strong.
Cool.
That's it out now. DC's Golden Age #1. They're hinting at a new a Watchmen team.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're gonna make a new one.
Not a DC person.
So DC's pulling out all the punches. And it's time for the Gray Hulk to return, Mr. Fix-It, and he's going to be coming up against Kingpin. And this Joe Fix-It #1 out this week. I would get it. I think
Interesting.
Fisk is tied. He's going to go fight with Fix-It in a crime wave now. So that's going to be pretty good. And let's see. Kingpin Square 1. Yep, out this week. And the Doctor Who convention was kind of interesting. I went to it. I saw a lot of people. There's some actresses that did a couple of episodes.
Where was it at?
Doctor. That's Palmer. I think Palmer. She was in the 11th season. Ghost of Bengal. She played the sister of the psychic, Indian girl.
Oh,
I
yeah,
sat in a
yeah.
couple of, I sat in a couple of panels. I saw some people. I saw some a couple of good writers that might come on the show.
Ah, cool.
Excellent.
So it was pretty cool. It was
I love the
interesting
dog.
to see.
Yeah.
It's like Muffet, but not quite.
Canine.
They have to have Muffet.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Some people were into that. And some of the stuff I didn't even know. But it was good. Merchandise. I picked up a couple of things. So yeah, at least my friends
Say at the
enjoyed.
top. Premises protected by K9.
K9.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the robot,
That's
the dog
name of the
robot.
book. K9. So it was fun. It was, you went there for a day, you saw some people, you met some people, and picked up some swag. And that was it. Some writers there. I think
So what'd you
one of
pick
the
up?
Original doctors were there too. So
Yeah. Did you buy anything?
nah, I bought what did I buy? I bought some Dalek dolls. I bought a couple of keychains. Nothing much. I was gonna buy a book, but I didn't get it. I was like, guy wasn't there to sign it for me, so I got
Yeah.
I did a comic book. I had a guy sign a comic book for me. He
Yeah.
does
And you
those
got an
things
autograph.
about
Who
Yes.
was the autograph from?
And I got an autograph from the actor who plays a lot of the villains. He plays Daleks. He plays a lot of the Cybermen.
Tim
He does
Dave?
a lot of
Oh.
stunt work in it. So I
Oh,
got his
cool.
address, and I'm going to have him come on the show too. So I'm going to try to reach out to him
Excellent.
and give him an
All
interview.
right.
He
All
was
right.
doing
Well
this
done.
one. This was a Dalek picture from the last episode where they were in the cave and the lava was going next to him.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was telling me it was actually hard to steer it in the cave. He almost fell over a couple times. But it was really
Oh,
cool.
wow.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, that would be great. Well done, John. Thank you.
Yep. And
Are
we
you a
have
Whovian,
two more
John?
conventions. We have the Big Apple Convention on December 16th and 17th. And WinterCon is still going on for December 3rd.
That's a
Yeah,
go,
no,
huh?
what's up with that? It's
Yeah.
we have to confirm that.
I haven't,
It says it's December 3rd?
December 3rd.
All right, because if it is,
So I'm gonna
we're
have to-
definitely got to go.
I might
All
call
right.
tomorrow. I'll call Saturday to see if it's still going. But
Yeah,
on
please
to the
confirm
website,
that, because if
anything
it
else.
is, let me know we can go. Where was the Doctor Who convention?
It was in East Holtzville, right by Islip, by the airport, MacArthur Airport.
In
Right
Long
off the
Island,
Expressway.
Long
Yeah,
Island,
Long
New
Island,
York.
Suffolk County.
Yeah. It's usually on Long Island. It's an annual thing. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Well kept secret. It's known by all Whovians. So all Doctor Who fans, they all know about this. They all go to it. They have had all-star lineups before, and I was shocked when I found out that this was going on, which was about 5 years ago. It just blew my mind on who they brought. No pun intended. They had some great stars. So I don't know. We gotta look for it next year. See if we can.
There was a lot of the guys just came across in the pond just to do the interview, the
Yeah.
convention. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of faithful there and a lot of stars that run it. So
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Cool.
I
Glad you made it.
unfortunately was never a doctor. I never watched maybe 2 episodes or 3 episodes of Doctor Who when I was a kid, and it was like, not
Tom
interesting.
Baker, man.
Does not compute, human.
Yeah, it's just-
Exterminate.
there was
Exterminate Alex.
there were not enough
Exterminate.
robots killing people. I mean,
Oh no, come on. Well, that was Tom Baker. Was
Alex, the Cybermen.
yeah,
Yeah.
not
Oh
enough
yeah.
robot,
And
not enough robots killing people. I have to watch, I guess.
it was. They had very low budget, and they made the best of it. And Tom Baker, at least in our time, Tom Baker is the Doctor that you would have watched, that you watched,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah,
was Tom Baker. And so I got to watch a lot of those episodes on Saturday, John. I don't know if you remember. It was Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon in New York is when they broadcast Doctor Who. And I got to watch a bunch of that. And I
Used to put
just
on
loved it.
PBS.
Yeah. Yep. So
yep, that's where I saw it.
it's good stuff,
Tom
man.
Baker, I
Good
think, is
stuff.
the best doctor.
Classic TV from 70s. and into the 80s, but definitely 70s. And, John, tonight we're going to actually talk about another classic 70s show, UFO, which is pretty damn cool, man. Another, it's actually British, too.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Jeff just said, yep, here in Oklahoma was PBS. There's also the Cybermen, Upgrade, Delete. That's right, James. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
The Cybermen only reminds me of Daft Punk.
George in the house. Georgie, how are you, man? And Clay, of course, you're here with us as well. Thank you for joining us live, guys. Appreciate it. John, what else do we have in the wings? I know that we have some other guests coming up. I believe you contacted the production manager of Non-Sport Update. That's who I believe is going to be. Yeah. So we definitely.
He said he was interested. He said he couldn't do an interview this month because of a holiday, but I said we need to get a date with him. So when you get a date that's good with him, he'll be able to come on.
Perfect. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to have him. We could talk, cards and collectibles and stuff. Chris?
Yeah.
I have to ask the obvious question here that, since John is with us here, whose head is that? What are you, under your chin, what is that? What is that?
I was in a hurry tonight. So I just threw my IFB shirt over top of the shirt I was sporting. Because you're not sporting a shirt unless you're sporting Mal.
The Haas.
Mal.
Oh
Mal.
my God.
Firefly.
The brown coats.
Oh, okay.
Brown coats.
I thought that was David Hasselbeck from Hasselhoff. It was a Knight Rider shirt.
There you go. It's Mal. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, actually, it's just a tumor.
Oh, God. All right.
It's not a tumor.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Firefly, this is cool. I'm going to show you this, man. This is
Hang
a
on,
great...
Pete.
Look at this.
Pete, let me show you this because I'm...
Yeah. Okay. So you put it all up. Look at that. That's part of this month's non-sport update.
Is that the centerfold?
More or less. They publish every other month, and they give you a couple of cards, promo cards. Firefly, the complete collection, released Inkworks 2006.
Got it.
72 base cards.
Got it.
So you have them, right? You got them?
Got those.
Yep. Yeah, I figured you would. And they cover a whole
They don't have a
bunch of other
UFO.
things.
Did they have UFO?
That's a good question. I don't know. We'd have to look it up.
Can you look
We
that up? real
definitely
quick?
have to look it up. That's really interesting. This issue talks about collecting autographs of stars that you would be paying through the roof if you actually tried to get them in one of their current roles. But if you were to actually get them for one of the other shows they did and one of the other card series, you could get that autograph for a very affordable price. So that's one of the features in this issue. It's a good magazine. It's all non-sports cards.
Now I'm thinking, is there a Baywatch set? Is there a...
I believe there is a Baywatch.
You know,
I think there is.
TJ Hooker. I'd love to see that.
No, I don't think there's a TJ Hooker.
TJ Hooker.
I don't think so.
Adam 12.
Oh, Adam 12?
Adam
Oh,
12.
maybe.
Emergency.
But remember, the older cards don't have any autographs with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the
Still,
cards themselves.
those would be still good cards.
Oh,
I just picked up a set of V cards.
That's cool. That's cool.
So we'll
John,
check
you have
those
any
out.
cards?
No, I don't have any cards as of yet. But I'm waiting for the Buck Rogers so I get my Wilma card.
Ooh, I bet you there's Buck Rogers cards.
Nice.
I don't have
Yes.
Buck Rogers cards. I got to look for those.
Oh, George G says he thought you had Elvis on your shirt. Owen Cotter is live with us from Sci-Fiction. Owen, always welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, everybody knows that Owen invited us. He was one of our guests last year. Owen then invited us onto his podcast, and we did an interview. We had a good time, a lot of
Fun,
fun
yeah.
doing that. Oh yeah, and Owen was, I believe, he was doing the interviews for the panels or emceeing them at one of the conventions.
Yep.
So that stuff is up on Sci-Fiction, so you guys go check that out. Baz is on. Good day,
Oh
Baz.
man,
Nugget
Baz has been
down
busy.
under. He's
Baz
been
has been
real.
busy.
Oh my God. Oof. He's making it like it's a real Viper, man. Like this is. I was like impressed, super impressed.
I'm waiting.
So
I'm waiting
thanks
for.
tuning
So
in,
you know what?
Baz.
I went and
Appreciate
got 3 jet engines.
it. Yeah. So this cheers, Baz. for
Cheers,
all the work
Baz.
you're doing, buddy.
Good job, Baz.
Insane.
The lighting
And
is
the
great,
membrane.
Baz. I like seeing the light by the engine. It's pretty cool by the props.
Oh, it's just
Oh.
crazy.
By the afterburners, it's pretty cool.
And then he's putting air for the movement pieces. I got to forgive me for not being savvy on the new Viper.
Yeah, you're not being technical, but
It
since
just
we are-
targets anyway. So
Oh yeah, since we're talking about technical and kind of space related stuff, I want to share my my new watch for those that are into space and the like. There you go. Look at that. This is the Swatch Omega watch. Just received this as a gift, and I thought you guys would appreciate this one.
a gift for what, Pete?
Oh, it's a gift. Look at this. Look at
A
this.
gift for what, Pete?
It's a gift. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
What else do you want to know? Look at this. There you go.
Pete
Speed
is
man.
no longer employed.
I am no longer employed, and therefore, I will show you another gift.
He can
And
he can concentrate on what he should be doing.
Yes, I'm going to challenge all of you that are watching live. I challenge you to guess who gave me the next 2 gifts. Here, check this out. Okay, so got that one.
So we know you were going to have head over and start your real job now.
And then, if that wasn't enough, I got this. Look at how creepy this is. Look at how creepy that is.
Man,
Yeah. Okay.
There's a vision will never get out of my head.
Exactly. So if that tips over and falls on the floor, there will be not a lot of love lost on that one. So yeah. Yes.
you're gonna
yes,
get a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to explain my dream at that one.
But you have to think about it. Let's think about this for a second. There has to be female Jar Jars, right? Gungans. There has to be a female
Well, I
Gungan.
guess so.
And how do they reproduce? This inquiring
Yeah.
minds want to know. At least
Yeah,
Pete
yeah,
wants
yeah.
to know.
So yeah, no, Pete doesn't want to know. Owen, these are super rare to get. That was my cousin George got that for me as a retirement gift, and so George, thank you so much. And of course, the Jar Jar guys, you come up with, take a guess, one guess to who got me all the Jar Jar stuff. Jeff, good to hear that your son was also in the museumology business. Outstanding. I'm not going to repeat that. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Lola. Thanks, George. Yep. Yeah, they were so.
Oh, that's a great comment.
Head was pink. Yeah, no kidding, Owen. Exactly. Right? Special order. Come on, guys. Who do you think? Who do you think got me all that great stuff? Oh boy, unbelievable. But anyway, thanks everybody. Appreciate the kind words and support.
Now you can get back to work on your real job, which is IFB.
That's right.
So
IFB all the way. 30 years was enough, and now I am on to bigger and better things, fun things, and writing and doing all the other great stuff, which brings us right back full circle, John,
Writing.
and Chris
Movie.
back to us.
back to the
And,
movie. We're getting ready to start hitting that pretty hard now too. So
Oh yeah, so we got a lot of great stuff to do. So this is looking forward to all of that.
The
With of course
Mediocre's
all you
been
guys
really-
out there.
yeah, Mediocre's been
looking
working
forward.
hard on that movie too.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of other things brewing, plus the convention scene that we're going to be hitting. working on that, and our guests. John's always doing a great job behind the scenes, booking us various guests. We appreciate that very much, John. Thank you for doing that. And there's plenty more IFB coming, guys, and looking forward to getting out there and doing all this great stuff, especially writing and filming. And I know that Mr. George Zouvelos has a bunch of films that he's involved with directly, and we'll be working with those. And San Diego Comic-Con, Owen, from your mouth to God's ears, we are focusing on AwesomeCon, DragonCon, New York Comic-Con. We're going to make a choice on Pensacon or MegaCon, and then some of the smaller ones is going to really be our focus, our target. So San Diego, not sure.
We tried to get the tickets to the San Diego Comic-Con thing, and that was a massive failure.
Yeah, that was a massacre, like today's soccer results. For those of you that are watching the FIFA Cup, today's killing, Spain won 7-0, I think. So, that was like us. We were Costa Rica. So, sorry, guys.
Yeah, we went to San Diego, went to the website, and that was, you go to the website, start it off right away, and you stand in this virtual line, and you see this little guy on there, and he kind of moves a little bit, and he moves a little bit more. And he moves a little bit more, and he says, "Oh, your standard time online is going to be X amount of times." Like, good Lord, I'd rather just stand in the line unless I could talk to somebody. But the little digital guy moves a little more, and moves a little more, and then by the time he got close to the end, it said, "Sold out." I was like, "You fracking." Oh, where's my beat button? I don't have a beat button.
Yeah, no
here.
kidding. Well, look, let's make the best of it. We're definitely going. It's like a lottery. No kidding, Owen. It is definitely a lottery. Well, we're all going to Dragon Con. Lola's going. Fran's going. Obviously, Chris and I are going. George might be going as well.
My waffle iron's going.
Yeah, we definitely have a good representation. I didn't see. Where is Paul? Paul Rodder, Commander Kane. He is definitely going. He's confirmed, got his tickets and everything else. And Lola's going to be fully dressed ESG. Lola. Absolutely, Colonial Warrior all the way. We will be representing Lola, Colonial Warriors. The Tipsy Toaster is going to bring Lucifer. He's going to bring his Cylon Centurion armor as well.
Yep. Hopefully it's Lucifer 2.0 by that time.
Kazuo, hey, what's up? Thanks for joining us live. Lola says that Charlene is going.
Ooh, that's cool.
Wow. We're going to have a great time.
Battlestar Saturn, right? Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn. We're going to have a great time at the Dragon Con. It's going to be a lot of solid classic Battlestar Galactica representation. We're going to have a lot of fun, guys. So looking forward to that as one of our highlights. John, you and I, we're going to hit up. We'll definitely do WinterCon. And I don't know, possibly Big Apple, I don't know, but some of the other stuff that's going on local New York City. So we'll be covering those. And I know that, Chris, you'll be doing some of the other possibly local Virginia conventions.
Hopefully. Got some
Big Lick.
Yeah, Big Lick and a couple other ones are coming up this way. So I'm trying to get to those. It all depends on, that thing that I have to do where you don't have to do anymore. It's called work.
Well, I have chosen the work that I do now. I get to pick and choose, and so I am, as most of you know, I am curating for a local historical society museum. So I'll be doing that on part time on the side. So, but yeah, that's it. That's the lay of the land, guys. So tonight we're gonna finish up the Battlestar Galactica Scrapbook. And we're looking forward to that. And we're also going to announce our next book because in January,
Go ahead.
In January, Chris, we're going to actually start the script. We're gonna share the script for the DeSantis movie that was never made.
Right.
We happen to have a copy, right? And so we're going to discuss the movie starting in January. So next month, We'll announce that later next month.
We'll read through it. We don't read
Yeah.
through it like verbatim, but we're going to read through it, just talk about the storyline and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
characters that are in it.
characters. Be kind of fun if we could
Yeah.
have everybody act it out. To be kind of something. That's something maybe we think about later on. But
We might be able to read
Yeah.
some of it out loud. I think that's as far as we're going to be able to get with that. But we could do a little bit of it. I think we'll have some fun with that. I think it's interesting to analyze it because we've talked a lot about it, and now we'll be able to actually,
So what if?
discuss. Depending on and we also have to look if there's context, right, guys? I don't know if it's an actual final script or revised script, shooting script. I'm not sure what copy it is, but yeah. So sorry, the project never happened. No kidding, Eric.
Yeah,
That's why
that
we
was
kind of brought it
tragic.
up. So, yeah,
Tragic
it's
it
really
didn't
cool.
happen.
And there's a lot of really good pictures from. There's actual sets being built,
Right.
and they actually have pictures of their costumes that they were going to use, which are phenomenal. So we'll try to bring some of
And
those
we
up.
reached out to some of the costume makers, but that's no joy on that one either. So
Yeah, but you have a helmet that you had custom made for
yes,
from
for the Cylon one, yeah.
yeah. So we'll show that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's what we have in the wings,
Concept.
guys. So we're gonna do that. In the meantime, we do have a little bit more of. Let me see. I want to actually mention the a couple more of the cards thing. Actually, Chris and I were talking about the BSG cards that came out, and many of you also have the autographs that came out with a modern there's a modern release of the original Battlestar Galactica
That's
cards.
a nice set. That's a nice set.
It is. It's a beautiful set. There were two of them, and they all came with autographs. So, I mean, they had like Glenn Larson autograph card, which is just phenomenal. So, I have a near set that I put together of autographs and the like, like Sarah Rush and Ed Begley and, Lorette Spang, Noah Hathaway, just some really, really cool things.
We're thinking about doing a segment on cards. Like
Yes.
like
It'd
once
be
a week,
cool.
once a week grabbing 4 cards random from separate decks or something and just showing them up on the air and talking about them.
Which
kind of
we
cool.
have done. Now, remember, everybody, we did do a little bit of. We opened up some cards.
Just don't eat the gum.
A lot of sets, and we did do. Yep, we did that.
Unless you use a
We
bet.
actually had. We opened classic Battlestar Galactica. The yellow wax wrapper. Sealed cards, and Chris went and chomped down on some of the gum, and it was hysterical funny.
It's not a good idea. No.
It was a great idea.
No.
So, yeah, that's all right.
So that's
No
why
problem.
we need to do a 24-hour stream instead of a 6-hour stream.
Oh man! So we're gonna have some fun with the 6 hour. We're lining up guests. Mediocre Modeler is going to. We said gonna do like an interview in the middle of it. So it's really really cool. And so yeah, but we have credit card texture gum. Eric, you have to. Let's ask Chris. Chris, what did it taste like? Do you remember?
If you could lick a museum, you know what it tastes like.
It was funny. It was seriously so
nasty
funny,
stuff.
guys. You should go back and watch the episode because I had a ball while watching Chris devour the gum from a sealed 40-year-old packet of original Battlestar Galactica Topps cards, and I don't know, he ate it. I thought it was funny.
It was. The sad thing was I was thinking it was going to actually make itself into gum, but it never did. It never became really gum. It became more of a just dust. With a horribly dusty gum taste. So.
Oh yeah, George says you should replay the segment. We should do that when we do the card special.
Yeah.
It was so funny. So we had a good time with that. We opened up the cards. I was lucky to find they were sealed. It was like about 7 or 8 packages that were sealed, and we opened them up that day on the show, and we had a really good time with that. And I think it'd be nice to revisit some of the card things, since many of us collected the cards, both Battlestar Galactica and the newer ones, and a lot of the other cards in between, whether it was Star Trek or Planet of the Apes or V or whatever it may be that we got. I know that I've been hunting down Stargate Universe second season cards.
They have
Very
cards?
different.
See, I didn't know that one.
Oh yeah, they did. They have
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes as well. Yeah, and they had a modern reissue. Like a 50-year anniversary reissue that had autographs in it.
Huh. Well, I know there's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out. So
yes. Oh yeah, I would imagine that they're probably going to do. I can't see them not doing. However, I can tell you that because I happen to have the magazine handy, that there is usually a list in here of what to look for. Since we are talking about cards, we might as well.
I can think of cards I would get, like BJ and the Bear, Tron.
Okay. Yeah, Tron.
Tron would be good. Manimal. What was that one?
They didn't.
What did you say, John?
No.
Kroll.
Kroll. Oh my gosh, yes.
Great movie. Oh my God, Kroll is great. I love
Starship
Kroll.
Troopers. I wonder if that has a set.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good one.
Ice Pirates.
Ice Pirates. Yes.
That one?
Space Truckers.
Topps Star Wars Galaxy Chrome.
Yeah.
Top Star Wars Chrome Black. Marvel Allure. Marvel Metal Universe Spider-Man. And let's see. I'm looking up Highlander Movie Anniversary.
Huh.
And, whoa. That's interesting.
There can be only one.
That's right. Monsters from Hell 2, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ultraman series. And for those that love horror, the Hammer Horror Series 2, My Bloody Valentine, The New Avengers, Doctor Who Series 1 through 4, Ultraman Series 3. Oh, Strange New Worlds Season 1. Let's see. There's about a couple. Edgar Rice Burroughs Deja Thoris Sketch Card Series. Outlander Season 5. Oh my God. Halloween 4. Transformers Series 2. Umbrella Academy. I don't know if you guys have been watching that. Of course, Picard. Star Trek Picard. Twilight Zone. Mansion.
They got the cards out for that one already?
I got one here. Twin Peaks Archives Expansion.
I don't think so.
Yep. Star Trek Discovery Season 4. House of the Dragon Season 1.
No.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Marvel Studio WandaVision. Wow. Dune.
Yeah, I could do. Dune.
Stranger Things, and of course,
Stranger Things.
it is Clerks 3. Those are the upcoming sets that are coming out.
Stranger Things would be interesting. Is that Stranger Things the first? Is that the first ones, or I wonder if they have any autograph cards or anything.
I believe they do. A lot of these sets that are released now, they all have costume cards and like pieces of the actual costumes themselves, and of course Conan the Barbarian. I don't know, George.
Ooh.
That's a good question. We'd have to look that up. Always was a nuisance in the card pack, especially since the gum often got residue on the back of a card. Yeah, that's right, Eric. Very well said. Yeah. I don't know. Hard beeps. Nice, Rob.
What?
Conan.
I don't think I've heard of that one. Heart beeps?
Yeah. Conan, that would be interesting.
I'd love to see if UFO had cards. I'd look that up right now.
Oh, you should look that up because UFO is. I don't think they did, but that's pretty cool. Prisoner. For those of you that are fans of Prisoner, man.
Prisoner.
I have a couple of their sets. Though the Prisoner's a great show. Great, another TV show from the Brits, and I love it. Every once in a while, every few years, I'll go back and watch the whole thing. They had multiple sets for those. So I would say that over the years, I mean, starting back in the day in the 70s, I did dabble in the cards. What about the old fancy movie?
Holy crap!
James, yes, Hawk the Slayer. What do they got? What'd you find?
Autograph cards from UFO, and we're talking hundreds of dollars.
So they did come out with a set. Well,
Evidently.
speaking of
Hang on,
UFO,
let me pull it up. I'll see if I can find it on my
oh, you
computer.
do? Can you please
Yeah.
get it up? Because I am featured in Solo, so you might as well get.
Hang on, I'm getting there. Just give me a second.
Hey, John.
Just
What-
dance, will you?
Yeah. Well, put us up, and then John. What?
But I
What
look
if
like
anything
I'm looking
would you
off
be
to the
looking
side
for?
all the time.
There we go. What would you? What
Well,
card
I think
wise?
Oh, I take Transformers. I take
Ooh. Okay.
Conan the Barbarian. I take Star Wars. That's Star Wars.
There's a lot of Star
Trek.
Wars, dude. A lot of Star Wars.
I try to take the Strange New Worlds off the card.
Yeah,
Well-
Strange New Worlds. I definitely do that.
That kind of sucks.
What?
Twilight
Strange New
Zone.
Worlds?
That's interesting too.
Yeah, Twilight Zone has some really good cards, and there's autographs in there. Some of the really good stars. If you get like the box, they usually come with either one or two autographs in a box, depending. Oh yeah, Hawk the Slayer is awesome, James. I love that movie. That's a great movie.
I take
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Batman.
Space Above
There's
and Beyond.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, they didn't make cards for them. But there's a old Batman series that is illustrated, and it's really cool. We should definitely bring that up at some point because I have the reissue. I have a full set of the reissues on those, and they're phenomenal. The artwork is really really cool. We should bring that up. Outer Limits.
You ready?
I think so. What do you got, Chris? You found something?
Hang on. It's just a
Okay.
list right now.
Outer Limits, I think, may have had. Oh, man. Beastmaster, another good
There we go.
movie.
There we go.
Oh, my God. There's a list. Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. That's that
Oh.
one. Costume cards. Actual pieces of the costumes.
Oh, man. See, I'm interested.
Yep.
Oh,
They had the
boy.
Hulk
Now I'm
for,
interested.
And then,
Fregos TV special.
Here's the sales sheet for the 400, or full 100. There's a 100-piece set.
Oh, boy.
And
I don't. You know what's another one? Space 1999. That would be a good set.
doesn't that thing
Oh.
look familiar?
Yeah, Land Ram, baby.
Land Ram.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
got to be a Land Ram.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty neat.
So UFO had, I didn't realize. Oh
Yep,
yeah, you know what?
there's the card set. It wasn't like old.
No,
I think they're
No, no.
2004 or 2003.
2000. Yeah, I vaguely remember when this came out. Yeah, 2004. That was lean years, man. You know, only a couple years after 9/11. So. Oh, look at that. There's some cool cards, man.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh yeah, those are cool.
the fishnet
Yeah.
shirts, man.
Because they're in the water.
Yep.
Got to have a fishnet because you're in a submarine in case you get wet. Makes no sense, but whatever.
They have a Sequest.
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool too.
Oh, Sequest. That's a good question. Sequest. The back of the magazine has a sort of a catalog. Stranger Things autographs. Let's see, Sequest. It's a sample of cards that are out there. They change it up every time they issue it.
Whoa, here's the old set. So they have an old set that's 1970.
Oh boy, I bet that's hard to get.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty cool. Also, there is a Twilight Zone Archives case topper. Oh yeah, so Twilight
That's
Zone's
cool.
out there.
So yeah, it's the UFOs. I'm gonna have to find those. See if I can find a couple. We'll bring them on.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know. We'd have to independently look those up and see if they had any of those. But yeah, it's fun. I'm a card collector. I got
Bubblegum cards. No.
The Hunter from the Future, Chris Marshall. What's up, Chris? How are you, man? Thanks for joining us. We're talking about collecting cards and UFO, which is
German.
one of the shows we're going to
Christmas.
cover today.
German
Oh,
playing
yeah.
cards.
Those are playing cards. Yeah, when you're desperate for getting cards, you can always get those.
Yeah.
So we were going to, we're going to discuss the show UFO. I mean, we brought up the cards, but as something that we do on IFB, we've always wanted to do a segment on our favorite series from back in the day, some modern, some of the classic stuff that we watched in the 70s and 80s. And I know speaking for myself, I watched a lot of TV reruns in the 70s, and it included UFO, British TV show, 26 episodes, 50 minutes, and originally from 1970-71, but it eventually made its way here to the United States, and it's kind of fun. And there's a secret organization, Shadow, and it's they're protecting the Earth, and they're actually their headquarters is on or underneath a film studio. So they have offices. So you go into the film studio, and when you go in, it's another production company. But when you go underneath, it's where this operational anti-alien invasion secret service type of thing going on, and they have the means to intercept and battle these aliens that are attacking the Earth, which is kind of cool. And what is it? Jerry Anderson was in charge of that. So
it's unique that a lot of people don't realize Jerry Anderson was also Space 1999.
Yeah,
and if you watch the show, you even get a little bit of the feel of the Thunderbirds.
Yes, you do.
So,
absolutely.
And that's because he did that too.
Oh yeah, the models for sure.
Yeah, the models.
Oh, yeah.
What's the guy's name? I did the models. Gene something. Now you got me having to look it up.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Chris Marshall is wishing everybody
1980, right?
early Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's a funny thing, isn't it, John? It's like
1980.
1980 is when this is supposed to be happening. When they got all these super secret submarines that can launch, space or aircraft that can shoot down UFOs, and the UFOs are attacking the United States or attacking the world, and
yeah, it's cool.
It's a great show.
Get this, Professor Padden put up a comment here in the chat. He said that Space 1999 was originally envisioned as a continuation of UFO in the early planning stages. Huh. Imagine that. That's very interesting. Cool. Thank you for that. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. Very cool. Just put up a quick thank you for that. Appreciate that. So, I mean, it was out. I remember watching it back in its reruns in the 70s here in the United States. I caught a few episodes. I don't know, John, I don't know if you got a chance to ever watch any of those, and I know Chris just caught up on a few as well.
Yeah.
And I just rewatched a couple episodes too, and they're still...
I'm 24 episodes in.
Are you?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. I mean, it was only 26, so there's only 2 left for you. I remember that... there's a technical manual? No way. James McCoy just said there's a Jerry Anderson UFO technical manual. That I might have to look into that. But the it's a little bit slow paced. It's got that European, English pacing.
But I think it gives. I think the acting gets to come out into that though.
Yeah, they fill it in with a lot of acting. It's not so much the exposition, but it has a lot to do with the acting. So they're filling in the time. Let's face it, it probably cost a lot to make those episodes because there's a certain amount of special effects, blah blah blah. So they probably worked a little harder on filling in. Because I remember the one episode I just watched, and it was like tight shots of like people's faces and like whatever. I was like, okay, dude, come on.
It's a different time. Yeah.
And it's English. It's European TV. It's not
right.
American TV. So, yeah. But hey, what the heck? It was good stuff. It's still fun.
Yeah.
So, John, it's highly recommended.
Yeah. And then I think it's funny that Jerry Anderson and his wife
both
this together.
Worked on it. Yeah.
They put it together. I was like, wow.
Which is cool.
And then they tagged along with Reg Hill. Reg Hill was the person I had to look up because I couldn't remember his name. the model maker. So this was a time before. This is similar to Battlestar Galactica time frame. I mean, it's cutting edge stuff. If you watch this show now, you're like, oh my gosh, how a little hokey. But the models and the videos of the models, and I think last episode I watched was Shining Under the Water, I think is what it was called. They sink a ship, and the model is under the water. So all these submarine pieces, or all these ship pieces, where the ship is going through the water, and they got the picture of the guys doing the deck, steering the ship and everything, and reacting to the explosions. And then when they cut back, you can tell it's a model in a bathtub. But it's really good for that time frame. I mean, back then you're like, holy cow, it's amazing what they're doing. Nowadays you look at it.
Back then it was real. You didn't know. We didn't know what the model was. We didn't know any of that stuff.
Nowadays you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the Thunderbirds.
The strings, no.
Yeah.
Yes. Eric, thanks for bringing this up. Eric mentioned something that I was teasing Chris earlier today. I was like, Chris, do you have any of those suits in your wardrobe, since this supposedly took place in 1980? The civilian wardrobe of the future was the men wearing those hideous Nehru outfits. The most distracting thing to me when watching it. I almost laugh when I watch those suits. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, and the car. So Chris was
I have to look up the car.
On Stryker's car. The main
that
guy,
thing's cool.
Finding out his, Skydiver 1. That's right, James. Absolutely. So
it's funny. The Skydiver 1 is funny because it's got the airplane on the front and then the ship on the back, and the word Skydiver on it. And when the airplane leaves, it takes sky away.
Yes.
From the name and leaves diver for the ship, for the submarine.
For the sub. Yeah, that's cool.
Like, wow. The concept behind that.
When we were kids watching this, right in the 70s, it was like, what is that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, what gives with the purple hair for the women?
That was on the moon. That was on the moon. I mean, that's what happens when you go to the moon.
Yeah, you got to go to the moon, I guess, for that, right? I don't know.
The moon. You go to the moon, and it affects the color of your hair.
Is that correct? Didn't they have purple hair in the sub?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't remember now. Now you're gonna trick me.
Maybe not. Oh no, I don't think so.
Yeah,
that was a space thing.
That was the moon women.
Yeah, the moon women.
The subs were all, pardon me, ladies.
Oh yeah.
Provocative.
For the men.
Yeah, both men and women provocative, but the women actually wore some kind of bodysuit to make sure their bazingas didn't show up through the thing.
Oh yeah, what a choice of word there.
Yeah.
Great, Chris.
Yabos? Well, I mean, Disney used yabos.
Okay, so Eric says women always wore the wigs on the moon, and then if they were reporting back to Earth, they didn't wear them. Because that's right, they had to be incognito on the Earth. Yeah. Notice, inside moon base, normal gravity, but outside moon, gravity. Okay.
Oh, come on, don't pick it apart.
Yes, all right. Yes. Well, consider the knowledge you have now is like as if you were one of them back then, right? Like we know so much more now, but yeah, it's kind of fun, John. Seriously, when you get a chance, it's on. If you have what the heck is it?
Freevee. If you want to watch it for free, you can download the app Freevee. Freevee.
Roku has them too.
Roku, it's Freevee on Roku as well. So if you go to Amazon or whatever else and type in Freevee, and you can actually download and watch the shows with commercials. But still,
for Shadow, right? This
yes,
has Shadow.
Yes,
Shadow and Shadow Air and the X-ray and the transport.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun looking back. And you got some time, you put it on the back. You kind of watch a little bit of it. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. So that we just we picked. That was my pick, right, Chris? I picked that one for this week. And then next week we'll pick something else. It seems like little spot.
Seems like Space 1999 turned out to be the second season.
So like a second season to it. I mean,
Almost.
that was a
Almost.
British show too. I mean, that's really technically a British show too. And a lot of the actors from UFO came over to that. You can see a lot
Yeah.
of the background players and main players. But and then Thunderbird, Doppelganger, all those. The Thunderbirds was all done by the same couple. They did. Looks like they did do a divorce in the 1980s.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
James, if you go into Roku and you go to the search, just search UFO and it'll come up, and then you scroll over to it, and then it'll take you to where you can watch them, and that's how I did it. And it was like I was like, wow.
Yeah, what I did was I just
Croft himself from Galactica. What? Really?
I missed something.
Well, Eric says Doppelganger, which starred Croft himself from Galactica. Interesting. Roy Thines. Oh, excellent. Oh, see that? So we got there's the follow the actual, follow it out to see where some of these actors have actually come from and where they've been in. That's pretty cool, man. That's a good one. But so that's our I think our coverage of UFO guys.
We're gonna try to do the show a week or on this. So.
Yeah.
If you have suggestions for shows, let us know. We'll throw them in the chat. We'll look at them.
Yeah, the land vehicles and UFO look a lot like the land ram from
Rams,
Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's really cool. I used to like that thing. Yeah, those treaded vehicles. I don't know. I used to like them as a kid, and I don't know, still do. Pretty cool. I'm surprised I didn't become a tanker myself, but yeah, cool stuff, man. So like we were saying, so every week, guys, we want to do just a little spot on one of the shows, right? So if you're following along, we've done Defiance, and we did Lost in Space with some guests, and then now we're doing UFO, and we're going to continue doing this. We're going to keep bringing them up, and like Chris just said, if there's anything that you want to do, John, I sent you a request, and you had actually sent me a couple of your choices. So we're going to incorporate some of that as well, and we'll do. We're just going to keep it going. So just keep that in mind.
Cool. Sorry, I got distracted. Check what I found.
What did you find?
That.
What is that? Oh no! Uh-oh. What did you find? Whoa!
Car.
Oh my God! You found the car. There it is. That's cool.
Car you just can't buy.
Yep, James, I told you. Oh, that's cool. It's one of a kind, I guess.
I have to read up on this and see what happened to it. Looks like they repainted it red.
Oh man, what the hell they do that for?
Mothballed till eventually it was given to a makeover and painted the original UFO color. And then somebody bought it, and it's probably in a private collection now.
And ruined it.
Yeah, you can't see it now. Private collection.
Too bad. Yes, never to be seen again. Too bad. All right. Well,
somebody's basement somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
How do I do
Biff,
that?
Jody, come on over. We'll have drinks along the outside of the car.
Yeah, on Stryker's car. Ha ha ha. Well, you remember this thing, right, guys? We're going to be... Remember, we didn't give up on this. There's a lot of cool pictures in this thing, and so we'll get into this as well, right? I mean, I was thumbing through this, and there is some cool stuff that went up for auction, Galactica related. So we will, we'll cover that, and there's stuff from, Buck Rogers in this, Superman. There's some really cool stuff here. So we'll talk about this. And I'll show better pictures of it as we get into December. So we'll leave that as our if you could have bought any of these props, we'll talk about them. If you had the ability to do a stocking stuffer, which one of these would you get in your stocking for Christmas?
Every time Pete pulls that
Hanukkah?
out,
Sword.
every time Pete pulls that out, I think to myself, the Cher song, "If I Could Turn Back Time."
There you go. Yeah, but Chris, what good is it if you turn back time and you're 19 with no money? What the hell is that? That doesn't serve a purpose.
Don't kill my buzz, man. Don't be a buzzkill.
Oh, wait a second.
I
Commander Stryker. Mediocre Modeler says, I think they made a model kit of the car. I think it's called the Piranha, in the market called the Piranha Spy Car. What? Oh. So
that's nice. I can still never build it. I'd have to have my Mediocre Modeler build it for me because Chris can build models, but they look really horrible after I get done with them.
That's funny. To make Chris build the model.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that. What a horrible waste of an awesome model kit.
Yeah. See, James McCoy says, or turn back time and forget everything also. So what's the big deal? Hey, Baz, you're back. We're just wrapping up the show, the TV series called UFO from back in the 70s.
I wonder if that was available overseas in Australia.
Yeah, do you guys remember that, Baz, at all? Did you ever see UFO? It was one season, 26 episodes. 70, 71 is when it was originally broadcast and then sent over to the United States. It's pretty good. So we were just talking about that. Yeah. It was the girls with the purple hair and there's a moon and there's a moon base.
Pete concentrates on the purple hair. I just concentrate on the fishnet shirts that the girls were wearing on the sub. Maybe that's why I joined the Navy.
Maybe. Chris Laskowski.
Where's the girls with the fishnet things? Where's the one with where's the airplane that comes off the front of the submarine? Yeah. I joined the wrong Navy.
Not happening. Yeah. Chris Laskowski, man. Thanks for tuning in. And if I didn't catch you up front, thank you for.
Well, Chris would know. Ask Chris. Chris, if you've ever seen, did they ever play that on? Chris, did they ever play UFO on the TV down there?
Baz says yes. Baz just said was a good show, and Chris Laskowski owns the DVDs, man.
Yeah.
Hey, YouTube has all 20 full episodes. Actually, there's 26.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to go back and watch them, they're out there. Please enjoy them.
Highly encouraged. I'm curious, did anybody... so last week we did Defiance. Did anybody go back and watch Defiance?
Oh, that's a good one. Old DVD release here is out of print, I think. Yeah, I would imagine. Space Intruder Detector. That's right, Sid. That's right.
Sid,
it's up in front when they're typing out the messages. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm cleaning up my house today a little bit, and I ran across a box full of pin-fed paper.
Oh boy, what the hell you can do with that?
Trash. Recycle it. We're recycling
burn it. No Viper work this week. Cutting down trees. Baz, if it's not one thing, it's another thing. Never ending. Definitely never ending. That's okay.
Baz has got some. And if you get a chance, go check out Baz and. His website, he's got some knives for sale, trying to fund some of the work that he does. And those are, by the way, primo, unbelievable. Yeah, I would cut myself with them. But silent swords for me only, and we're still trying to get Baz to work for that, but he's busy. So.
Yeah. Yes, James, pin-fed paper. We know exactly what it is. I bet I could reload one of those printers right now and have it print, but. Yeah, that's how old we are.
And then it's the peeling off of the pin part after you're done with it. All the pin feed. I had to peel it all off.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Laskowski says yes. Since Australia is part of UK, we see all the British TV. Yeah. So here's to you. Cheers to that. All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. The intro to the show is really good as well. It was Mediocre Modeler. That was one of the things that always hooked me as a kid. I was like, what the heck? That is, it's so cool.
And you had to read it because you're like, oh, what's it typing out?
I got to tell you, one of the things that I noticed, though, that didn't do the show justice is the soundtrack. The soundtrack wasn't as good as it should have been. It should have been better, man.
It was the late 60s, early 70s, you know?
I know, but the music could have been
disco.
Better, man. It just didn't give it that vibe it needed to, like that little extra.
I think it should have had more rope dancing in it, like Battlestar.
Oh, yeah. I've made a wooden, if you like, can finish it, and you can get someone to sand cast it in aluminum.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, cool.
We'll talk, Baz. We'll talk.
Oh, okay. All right. So, guys, that more or less kind of leaves us or leads us to the scrapbook, because we are going to finish that up today. John, any side comments? Now's the time to bring them up. Anything coming up? Anything you're thinking about?
No. Cons, holidays are coming up. Just wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thankful for this. I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm glad we're doing this, and we keep on fueling the fleet.
Yep. And John, we're thankful for you. So thank you for coming on and helping us out.
Appreciate it, John. Thank you very, very much. Why do you guys call it aluminum? Yes, it's aluminum.
Aluminium.
It's aluminum. Because that's how you say it in New York, Baz. That's the only place that matters. It's aluminum, man.
Yo, aluminum. It's
right,
aluminum.
Hey, you want aluminum? Well,
it's aluminum in New York.
Yeah, it's in the drawer, right? It's aluminum paper. You just I got some for you.
For certain parts, I have a truckload of aluminum in my. How much do you want for it? I just stripped it.
Solder.
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 Solder. Solder.
Solder the joint.
Solder. How does that play? Down under. I'm sure you're laughing, right?
Solder.
Probably hysterical. Doesn't matter, man.
I have to solder that joint.
New York Pete talking with John, real New York, and everywhere else. I don't know what to tell you.
I can translate for all those people who are not New Yorkians.
You better not try to. If you mimic, we're gonna have words. We're gonna come to blows. That's politically incorrect. If you try to do the accent, you are gonna get a slap.
I speak fluent New Yorkian.
No, you do not. Solder. Okay.
Solder.
Anyway. So, guys.
All right, John, thanks a lot, buddy, for stopping by.
All right, guys.
Helping out.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thanksgiving, man.
Happy Thanksgiving. And congratulations, Pete.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Battlestar Galactica Scrapbook, right? The official scrapbook. We've been working through this, and it was released in 1978. Unfortunately, the author passed away. We weren't able to catch up with him. I know, Chris, you did a little bit of homework on the guy. He actually published some other things.
Yeah, he published some other books on some presidents and things like that. So he did a number of these books, but once again, he got the Cylon part of this all wrong anyway. So. Oh
my God! Here we go. There we go.
What?
Little violin, world's smallest violin for Chris. So sorry. Oh boy. All right.
But it's a good book. I mean, the last chapter tonight will be really interesting because they wrote the last chapter tonight before they canceled the show, of course, and before everything else. So it's kind of interesting that it's got some really good information in the last chapter, as well as you know, how much money they were planning on making. And the merchandising and the licensing and. It's got that last chapter is gold for in regards to licensing and everything. So,
and we're gonna go over it. It's really cool, Lola. If you find these are not hard to get,
not too hard. You can find them on eBay pretty good.
You can find do not pay a lot for these.
No, just keep looking. There. If you see one that's for more than $20, keep looking.
Nope, don't get it. Looking. It should be under $20, and you can get one that's in very good condition.
Yep.
Mine
yours is falling apart. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Mine's in pretty good shape.
I have a couple others. Yeah.
Yeah, mine doesn't have a crease on the side, even at the side.
Yeah, yours like brand new, man. That's cool. It's a great book. It's really, if you've never read it, it's worth it. It's no question about it. It's worth it. And we left off.
And it's got some great color photos too.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Just a couple, but it's like the Scholastic, things like the color photos.
Yes. Yeah, check this out.
Yeah. Blowing up a Viper.
No.
Die, Colonials!
Cylon Raider blown up. See ya. Boom.
Die, Colonials. Boom. Another great photos
Cylon Raider
tonight.
blown up. Cylon Raider blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cylon Raider shooting stuff down. Yeah, I see that.
Cylon Raider gone. Bye-bye.
No, I see mostly. You know what? It's funny that you look at those pictures. Most of them are, well, okay, granted the base stars get, oh, hello.
That's it. That's all I had to show them. We're done. Okay,
Marion,
show's over.
give me a call. Marion, call me, Marion. Marion, if you're out there, please reach out to us. We would love to talk to you.
We were talking about this the other day, guys. What do you think? Imagine we were able to get her and, actually get autographs. Imagine we could get her to do just autographs for us. Never mind the interview. It's just to get the actual interview. Lola says you have one. Excellent. Yeah, Lola. It's really cool. I hope you agree. Merchandising where the real money is made. Absolutely, James.
Merchandising, as they say in baseball.
100%. Keep Chris away from her. Well, Rob, I don't know. I think the law is already taking care of that. But
yeah, I've got that restraining order. It's 500 feet or 500 yards.
Just kidding.
Feet or yards?
Kidding.
I don't remember.
Just kidding. Yeah, just kidding. But anyway, it would be kind of cool to get. I know there's a few fans that do have her autograph because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, guys, that she actually did maybe a convention or something. I'm not sure. But so there are some autographs, but they're very rare. But it would be really cool if we could just get her to, to do some autographs for the fans. That would be really cool. But all right. Anyway, besides that, going into the book, then we have to wrap up with Lou Ayres, who's President Adar.
Did we do Sire Yuri last week?
Yeah, I believe so. Okay. Guys.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Adar, President Adar, and then we're gonna do Anton or Anton.
Yeah, Anton.
Is it Anton? Anton. So those two, and that would wrap
Wilford
up.
Wilford Hyde White. Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll wrap up this chapter, which will then lead us into like the merchandise part of this, which is really cool. I want to get into the details of the merchandising because it's really fun.
But that's a great photo there, isn't it?
Oh, what is that? What are you talking about?
That's the president being blown the smoke up.
Oh boy, what's the matter with you? That's
awesome.
Not a great.
President Adar and all the forces of the Atlantean are destroyed by the surprise Cylon attack.
Trademark attack.
I love the trademark stuff in here. That's not that never was trademarks.
Or was then, or they never followed through.
Never followed through. They're expired now.
Yeah.
So Lou Ayres was President Adar. So
that's right. So
I like the title of the chapter and what they write in here as well. But the title of the chapter is "The Wicked and the Weak." And I don't know if they call it a chapter, but a section, I guess, is a better way of saying it. But they call it "The Wicked and the Weak," and they write through this and says, very early on, this guy is desperate, and they compare him to a Neville Chamberlain before World War II, which is really good comparison. How they would do anything for peace, and that's where he's at. He wants to do anything for peace. He's willing to sell the soul or wherever else to get peace and to no longer have to battle anymore. And same thing with the President Adar here. Adar is a friend of Adama. If you read the book, if you go back and watch our episodes, very first episodes when we go through the book of Battlestar Galactica, it talks about the relationship between President Adar and Adama. But he gets to talk a little bit about, hey, they're desperate for peace, and Adama's like, hey, I don't think this is good, but Adar is like, hey, we got to make this happen. We're desperate, and of course that goes to his detriment, and he believes in Baltar, but and he says, I don't, and he says in here, he says, he is not in any way a villain. I love the way they write this. Not a villain, nor is he really weak. But his goodness is so deep-rooted and so pure that it finally destroys him. What a way of...
Okay. Well,
it's a really good way of saying his character is really, and it does work his character out, because I don't believe he's weak. I believe he's desperate. And I definitely don't believe he's a villain in the show. So I guess they could have added another name to this this chapter and said the evil, the desperate, because he was just desperate, and the desperation is what drove him off. What are you doing?
I got a request.
Ah,
I got a request from Chris Marshall. Wanted to know if there was any pictures of the Ravishol pulsar in here, and this is the picture.
that's
So
not the
you can go ahead.
Ravishol pulsar. That's the Ravishol pulsaric communications array.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. It's pretty cool. I thought it was interesting that reading into his background.
Yeah. Now, Lou
that-
Ayres, you read his background, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Wait,
it says-
a lot of his stuff is before my time. I get it, but you recognize some of the movies.
Yeah, so check this out, though. It says that when the United States entered the war, World War II, Lou Ayres found that he had to state publicly his religious conviction that would not permit him
Yeah.
to kill.
Amazing.
And his studio, MGM, was upset that he was throwing away his career, but Ayres stuck by his conviction and volunteered for medical corps duty. In hopes of salvaging the Kildare series, Dr. Kildare, the studio quickly made Calling Dr. Gillespie without Ayres, but it was not successful. His last film for 5 years was Fingers at the Window, made in 1941. And the studio fears that Ayres was destroying his career proved to be groundless. Because when he came back, he jumped right back in and received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor for Johnny Belinda in 1948. So how about that?
And those and I don't know, I hate to say it this way, but I'm kind of a big fan of the older movies because I believe the actors were really actors at that point. They didn't rely on CG or other things to carry their character. They had to make their character on the screen. So some of these older movies that when you watch them, you're like, wow. You have to appreciate the sacrifice and the talent and the sheer gumption to do what they do on screen. Of course, it's all writers and directors are all behind that as well. But I really appreciate the older actors in some of the older shows. Some of the one of my favorite shows is Double Indemnity.
Love that. Love it.
Such a great
noir stuff is my favorite.
It's just amazing acting.
Oh yeah.
And these people did such great acting, and I don't believe, that the Hollywood of today and the Hollywood of yesteryear are just
it's totally different. Man.
even anywhere near. I think these people actually had much more, and I hate to say it this way, but I think they had more talent than the people that do nowadays. So,
well, it depends on what their background is. A lot of these people were actual, theatrically trained.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Kalikos. I mean, he was, he did Shakespeare for so many years, and these people, they paid their penance.
Yes, they paid their dues. So, Anton, a member of the Council of 12, is a pragmatist.
Now we're talking Wilfred Hyde White. Okay.
Yes, and so that's now and it continues on. It just talks a little bit about the background of his character, and I like the idea of knowing some of their backgrounds, knowing a little bit about their history and their film careers. The Third Man, he has delighted audiences in numerous films, from The Third Man in 1950 through My Fair Lady in 1964.
Yep.
And then television, giving outstanding performances in Golden Salamander, The Browning Version, Northwest Frontier, The Magic Christian, The Circle, The Liquidator, PJ. Let's see, born in England, and he joined the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Right.
And let's see, he made his professional debut in 1920s, touring company of Tons of Money. So there we go, we're talking about theater. But did not achieve success until 18 years later in a review, Come Out of Your Shell.
Yeah, they say, it's going to, I think his dramatic arts professor said, you're going to make it in this business, but it's take a while to get there. And, it took him 18 years to get there. And then compare that to Lou Ayres, who was going to school for a doctor's degree, and becoming a doctor. And he did a couple of theatrical things at college, and somebody picked him up, and bam. I mean, literally, bam. He was one of the Hollywood's biggest draws, and most sought after actors, compared to somebody who had to wait 18 years to get to the point where he needed to be. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no CGI, right, Baz? No CGI, all acting, powerful stuff. 100%. Yeah. See, that's what. And then Eric says the fact that many legends of Hollywood from the 30s and 40s were still around and able to be in Galactica at various points helped lend an extra level of gravitas to the series. Exactly.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Magic. This is the magic that makes this happen.
Yep.
Rob's talking about background in theater, merits, credits, paid your dues, 100%, right? Some of these guys that, cut their teeth in theater. And later, after Battlestar Galactica, he gets picked up in Buck Rogers' 25th Century.
Yep.
I believe that's season 2. He plays a central character, or a supporting character, but a central one in Buck Rogers. Likable character too.
Yep.
So,
and then once again, if you look at the, wouldn't call him, and like I said, the chapter is called the evil and the, was it the evil and the,
and the wicked.
The weak and the wicked.
The weak and the wicked. The weak are the Cylons, of course.
Yeah. No,
they're weak and wicked.
So the wicked are the Cylons. But yeah, and you look at his character, the character. Now we're switching back from not his acting experience, but his character that was written by Larson, and you can see that this one is it's funny. It's written in here is the same way as I would have expected it to be written. He is a yes man. If you give him an argument that sounds good, he's a yes man.
That's for it. Yeah. Exactly.
So that was Anton. So on the Council of 12. So he was like, "Yep, sounds good to me." I can hear his voice every time I see it. What we need is a really good hero worship.
Oh, check this out. Eric Padden says his son Alex Hyde White is in a couple of episodes too. Really?
What?
Oh boy, we got to look that up. Rob. Our very own Rob Baum put up something that I have to read because this sounds really cool. An episode of Columbo with Richard Basehart, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and Honor Blackman, Goldfinger, the Avengers, who I personally met. White also was heard in the opening of a fave of Professor Patton. The remake of Tarzan the Ape Man maybe is just a guilty pleasure of his. Oh, man, good factoids. Replying to Clay Arden, you need to be on IFB Interfleet broadcasting page, and the name Anton Nor is the name Adar.
Adar. Yeah.
Adar. Interesting. So, very, very good comments, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah. And now we're going to go into...
That's what's great about this. We're more of a community than we are a broadcast sometimes.
Yeah, we are, which is cool. We really enjoy that. Thanks, guys. And thank you to everybody that watches. And we do podcasting, guys. So we do have a few episodes up on Spotify. And we're going to be working on getting out more of that. So stay tuned for the podcast. We're going to cut
some of our stuff up because I know sometimes it's... Yeah. Some people don't want to listen to us for 2 hours. So we're going to cut some of it up into segments and make it happen better.
Oh, yeah.
We're on to the next chapter.
Oh, yeah. So,
and it
is Impact of Battlestar Galactica, which is cool.
So I love this chapter. I mean, out of this entire book, these couple of pages made it worth it.
Because... Oh, Rob Baum says... Alex Hyde White was one of the pilots. Shields or Bo gunned down at the opening of Gun on Ice Planet Zero Part 1.
See, was it Bo was shot down and Kill? No.
Oh boy, that's cool.
Killian.
Killian.
Yeah,
that's
was
so cool.
The guy who's protecting.
That is cool. All right.
That's
nice. Well, so the impact of Battlestar Galactica, they talk. First of all, there's a really, gotta admit, there's a really cool picture. Let me
Yeah.
get this up. Look at that, guys.
Hang on, Pete. Hang on.
You got the Cylon, right? The Cylon holding some of the actual toys that were out in the market at the time of the publication and release of this book in 1978, and that is really cool. So,
So
it gets into. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, because it gets into some cool stuff.
I just want to, they went all out in regards to selling this thing.
Yeah.
They had toys and everything else before the first episode of the show. They'd already started marketing the toys. They really put themselves out on a ledge, and they banked on it because there was, you could look at all the Battlestar Galactica stuff that was out there. And I want to just kind of read some of the stuff that they had here. There's Battlestar Galactica jewelry, Battlestar Galactica chewing gum with trading cards with the top company. There's wallpaper, wall mural, assortment of posters. There's radios, there's amplifiers, stationery, lunch kits, glasses, dishes, special kit for the design your own cups, which I did not ever see. I really want to see that one. Design your own cups. General Mills offered Battlestar Galactica premiums with their cereal. Wonder Bread offered it with their bread, with the bread.
Yep.
There's activity books. There's coloring books. There's sticker books. There's comic books. There's novels. There's photo novels. There's sheets. There's pillowcase. There's towels. There's comforters. Slumber bags, also known as sleeping bags. Pillowcases, towels, comforters, sleeping bags, draperies. All that stuff sold to and all of these different companies bought the rights. So we're talking the Bib Company, which bought the rights for the draperies and those kind of things. We're talking the Topps Company, who bought the rights to make cards. It's just they were looking to make a lot more money on this than one season. It even says it in here that they expected to do more seasons.
Yes,
but they didn't.
And well, let's face it, though, Chris. The idea here is that, Star Wars had done very well with their toy lines, right?
I don't think they went this far. I mean, they went later on. They went this far.
But
I don't think they went this far in the beginning. I mean, these people went on the ledge.
But the action figures sales for Star Wars were off the hook.
Oh yeah.
They actually sold the empty box. It was the stand, right, for the figures, because figures they didn't have them in time, and they were selling the empty box for crazy. And then when the figures came out, they just went bananas. So by the time this book came out, but they're projecting 78 into 79, and once the show is on, right, and they got all the stuff out, there's no question they made money. I mean, let's face it.
Oh my God! They mentioned it in here. I gotta find it. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Right. So the idea is that wearing apparel such as shirts, sneakers, pajamas, tank tops, sweatshirts, rainwear, jackets, T-shirts, costumes, and masks. That's interesting. So a lot of this, most of this I've seen, and the rainwear I think were like ponchos.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the pajamas also.
I've seen the tennis shoes.
Yes, tennis shoes. Yeah. They even had glasses. They were actual glasses, frames.
Yeah, like people who wear glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people were buying the rights. I mean, you buy rights to make these things. So you go to Universal or whoever and says, "Hey, I want to make Battlestar Galactica, underwear." And they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, here's the rights for that. So you're the only person that can make Battlestar Galactica underwear." They pay Universal X amount of dollars, so they're the only people that can do that legally. Of course, you can make it your own if you wanted to. It kind of look funky, but so. Anyways, I did find it, Pete. Here it is. Battlestar Galactica products should sell on the retail market in excess of $150 million from the time it began on television on September 17, 1978 to September 17, 1979.
Wow.
That translates to roughly $75 million in wholesale. So that's how much money, the profit they took. No matter what happens in television series, after the first year, Battlestar Galactica has been considered a major success, both statistically and financially. It has become the show to beat on Sunday nights at other major networks. Will not be satisfied until they have thrown their best up against it, hoping to win in the war of the ratings.
Wow.
Adler, however, is confident that Battlestar Galactica will continue to win out over whatever forces are pitted against it. I think Battlestar Galactica will predominate and grow in strength. It is probably the most exciting new show on the air, and there's certainly nothing in the family program area to compete with it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, too bad it didn't happen that way. I mean, I think there's a number of things that happened in regards to what kept it from going that far. I mean, of course, we're talking, the lawsuits and that kind of thing, because Battlestar Galactica got canceled when it was profitable.
Yeah, it's incredible. It doesn't make sense.
It was like one of those things.
Well,
but I think one of the best things out of this scrapbook, and I think I'll pull myself up full screen here for a second, is the best thing out of the scrapbook is the final. And there's an individual who believes in Battlestar Galactica more than anybody else ever did, and his picture is on the epilogue.
Oh, isn't that something? Wow.
He says, he's always said, he always said, keep the faith.
Wow.
And he is on the last page, and of course the epilogue says, fleeing from the Fleeing from the Cylon tyranny, the last Battlestar Galactica leads a ragtag fugitive fleet on a lonely quest for a shining planet known as Earth. But what a fantastic photo for the final part of this book. Of course, there's a great picture afterwards too. That happens to be Cylon. I'm trying to shoot down Cylons, but that's Ralph McQuarrie's.
Yeah, concept art.
I
heard. We have to confirm this. That Ralph McQuarrie had been hired by Larson to do that concept art, and that it predates Star Wars. I don't know if that's accurate, but I saw that somewhere.
That would be interesting.
It would be. We should definitely look into that. One thing, Chris, that we forgot to mention though, which I've been holding the book here for a little bit, is the fact that model kits. The model kits.
Yep.
So you mentioned the licensing, and I just wanted to quote from the book. It says, "We started our licensing program in late spring of 1977."
Before the movie was even released, yeah.
Right, now remember that, Star Wars was released in 77, and let's see, Mattel came out. Oh, and Mattel came out with the model hobby kits as early as July of 1978. Again,
which was September, is the September 17th was the first broadcast.
Yeah. And I still own.
And that's the U.S. Over in England, it was later.
Yeah, it was later, but those are U.S. dates.
Yeah.
I built the Viper, the Raider, the Battlestar, and the Cylon base ship. As soon as those models came out, I'd actually bought them, and I still have them all. So one day I'll bring them on. I think
the models. I did I did the Viper and the Raider. I didn't, I grew up in Wyoming. I don't think we had anything else other than that. But I destroyed them in regards to putting them together.
I have them. I have them all. We'll bring them on.
I remember trying to slide you stuck them in the bowl of water, the decals.
Oh yes.
And then tried to slide them into place. Oh.
Yes, that's right. And they wouldn't come out right. I'll
never came out right. They're always crooked, or they came apart in the bowl because you left them in too long.
Yeah. Rob says only one photo novel that I know of, or that I recall. Yes, only one.
One photo novel, and then there's two
Adaptions, I think, right?
comic
Yeah,
adaptions. I think,
Marvel. Yeah, comic book.
and there were Stan Lee was one of them. I think
Yes,
did one
that's
of them.
right.
Yeah.
Jeff Walters says, I think they've seen the failures of Kenner with Star Wars merchandising and knew that they had to get it all up and ready for the grand opening. That makes total
Wow.
sense.
Yeah, that's
Makes
right
total
on the
sense.
nose. Yep.
Yeah. We don't know if there was any products planned for Galactica 1980. I mean, it was really close,
Wow.
but maybe
That's a
the
really good
motorcycle
question.
or something.
That's a really good question. I don't know if they.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess
Set
it
of
was
glasses.
short lived. So,
Yeah,
set
it
of
was.
glasses. What?
Said Jeff Walters said he's got the set of glasses. I hate when they talk about the drinking ware. You know, the ones that we have, Chris,
Hmm.
the ones that were right. It's not Burger King. It is not Burger King. It's a
No, it
different franchise.
was. I
It's
can't
not
remember what it
Burger
was.
King. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what Universal's problem is, Lola? To this, there's been books written about it. Happy Thanksgiving, George Zuvalos.
Yep.
Thank you
Hey,
for
George.
joining us,
We
George.
talked
And
about you earlier.
yeah,
Congratulations.
we did the hat tip. I read out all of your accolade for best actor, and congratulations, Florence. Yes, Florence, Italy Film Award, best actor in a microfilm. So
Florence
congratulations,
is a
color
beautiful
forms.
place. Yeah.
Yes, the color forms. I loved the color forms, man. Yeah,
Hey,
I
color
think in one of
forms?
the
I don't remember the
adaptions.
color forms.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah. I think the
You
one
had
thing
them?
I loved the most was the AM radio for the Cylon. The
Oh,
Cylon AM radio.
I never saw that in the stores. I never
Yes.
saw that. That's cool. That's
Now,
cool.
speaking of merchandise, I don't want to jump tracks, but have you seen Paragon FX's hint lately?
No.
Yeah, if you go to Paragon FX. So we interviewed a group called Paragon FX, Paragon FX Group.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Yeah,
They
yeah, 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 yeah.
they hinted at a Cylon Eye. They're working on a Cylon Eye. I'm like, what could they be making?
Ooh.
And then of course they've got the
Wandering Eyes.
yeah, they got the licensing for Battlestar Galactica past and present, and they
Yeah.
also have the licensing for Blade Runner. I saw the Blade Runner past and present. The Blade Runner pistol is just to die for. It's a little expensive, but man, that thing's beautiful. And of course, Batman. They've got a lot of Batman stuff that just came out too. So
Oh, I got to read you this. This
what's
is
that?
really interesting. So Baz says, my parents made me weed the garden to earn the privilege of watching Star Wars: A New Hope when it premiered on TV.
Wow.
Well, Baz, I can tell you that I went to a movie house, one of the old time movie theaters where like it's like a big building that's just was used back in the day when they had stage performances before the movies were played, and it was tremendous. It was a spectacle to go to some of these movie houses, and I got to see A New Hope with my folks on a Sunday at one of these. It was a rare treat, very rare. We almost never went to the movies together as a family, but I convinced them to go, and we got to see Star Wars in this RKO Keith's triplex in Flushing, New York, in 1977. And I'll tell you, it's one of those things that lasts with you, stays with you for your
Yeah.
whole life. So
So
I feel your pain, man. I know what that's like to try to do something like that. Love it. Just
that's
love
cool
it. Thank
though.
you for sharing that.
Yeah, I think so. I had to beg my mom and dad to go to watch it, and we sat in a line for hour and a half or 2 hours. And I grew up in Casper, Wyoming, so that says something to begin with. To
Right,
watch
which
it at
explain
the
that.
drive-in.
Explain that.
Yeah, so
Oh, driving.
we went to
Wow.
the drive-in. It only showed at the drive-in in Casper, Wyoming, the first
Oh,
time.
wow.
So I watched the first time. I watched it at the drive-in, and then it finally moved over to the Rialto Theater in downtown Casper, Wyoming.
So,
So, yeah.
but Casper, Wyoming, Chris, for those that are not in the know, is that's not the Midwest. I think that's like the actual West,
That's the West. That's the
right?
middle of the state of Wyoming. If you look at the state of Wyoming and this big square, point a pop right in the middle of it. It's Casper, Wyoming. The biggest city is Casper in Wyoming is Casper, and the amount of people in Casper, Wyoming, is 50,000.
Jesus.
I graduated with a class of 60
In high school.
in high school.
Yeah, mine was like over like I think it was 500, and we had an early graduation, and yeah, that was my high school graduation class. It was gigantic in New York City, but that's beside the point, guys. All good things here in the United States. Tomorrow, we're filming the day before our holiday, which is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And we want to make sure that we give thanks to everyone that participates, everyone that follows, everyone that supports us in the smallest, biggest, in all the ways, whether you watch us live, whether you chat with us, whether you watch us later on, all of the followers, right, Chris? All
Yep.
the thumbs up, all the hearts, and all the stuff, all the attention. All the attention that you guys give us, we're grateful. We're thankful for that. And tomorrow is on Thanksgiving Day, is the day that we give thanks. However, we're doing this the day before. All of you that are on with us, thank you for joining us. We love you guys. And everybody that watches us later, thank you also for watching. We are humbled, and we really appreciate your support. So thank you for watching us. And that's part of our team. Right, our team, right, Chris.
Yep,
Our team.
our biggest team. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's we're thankful for all of you. We're thankful for the opportunity to just sit and talk, the opportunity to go and broadcast this. But we also are very thankful in regards to the opportunity for all those, or to thankful for all those people who created these worlds for us to talk about and imagine. So it's a really great thing that I think science fiction has, as well as fantasy and horror and all those things. But I think it's a really great community for these people, for everybody, like the fans, to get together and make something that and talk about things and make fanzines and fan videos and fan movies, and it's just it's what really keeps this whole thing going, and we really appreciate it. On our end, we really appreciate the ability to talk to you about it, and we appreciate the people who get with Hollywood and try to make those things happen. If you're a writer, thank you. Keep writing. Keep creating those universes. If you're an artist, keep drawing. Keep drawing those universes. If you're a prop maker, keep making those props, because that fuels those people in the world. I mean, it's not all about money. It's not all about fame. It's about the world that we want to live in, or the world we want to think about. So we really appreciate you. And with that, I guess I'll say, of course, fans through the fleet. You got anything else, Pete?
Yeah, you know what, Chris, I'm going to run down a list real quick. This
Okay.
is not in order of any kind. And then please listen to make sure I get everybody here, because it is Thanksgiving. I want to thank everybody that's part of our team. I'm going to start with Tara, John 1, George G., George Zuvalos, Fran Severn, Rob Baum, Mediocre Modeler, Chris Marshall, Chuck Davenport, Lola, that we've called at a drop of a hat. If anything went wrong, many times we've called her, and she's been there to help us out. Whether we were at a convention and we needed somebody to check something, she's been there right from the beginning when we first started. So we want to thank all you guys, and then of course, I mean, everybody else that's been on our show. Baz and Carl's and Sean, Mr. Laskowski, Jeff Walters, all you guys that come on live. that have always been here, that have, are regulars, right? That come on and watch with us. We want to thank all you guys. Dorian, one of our first interviews that we did between Dorian and Mediocre Modeler and Sean Shallow from Battlestar Bulletin Board. Professor Patton was one of our first year guests as well. He comes on.
All the authors. Yep.
Yeah, Clay comes on. We met with Clay and we missed Paul Rotter. Commander Kane is probably watching us somewhere else or maybe even later, but he's a big supporter of ours and been with us from the beginning as well. And Charlene and of course we cannot miss but thank of course Chris Fian and Brand Stimson, who are our reporters that bring us our Star Wars and Star Trek reviews, also part of course of our team. So Chris, I just wanted to make sure we thanked all of them, and Owen Cotter and Coswell, of course. So all you guys that take the time to watch us live and chat it up with us, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Jeff Walters, who's helped us out tremendously as well. I'm just kind of scrolling a little bit, Chris, making sure that I catch as many of you as possible. I want to just
McCoy was on there. I guess McCoy was up there earlier.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So yeah, all you guys that
it's a community. It's not just us. So it's great to have you here. It's great to have you interact with us. It's great. It's once again we're very thankful for that. So anyways, we got everybody, Pete?
I think so. George G. George Yakuma says he still thinks that you're wearing an Elvis shirt. Doesn't care what you say. So, there you go, Elvis.
So it's backwards on the screen. It always messes you up.
Yeah, it's Elvis, bro. So, like it or not, in his mind, it's Elvis. You're not going to convince him. Otherwise, that's very funny. Thanks for that, George. I appreciate that. And you guys, all of you, Baz, Baz was a guest of ours as well. It's not Shazam, Mr. Zuvalos. It's Firefly. And yes, Baz from Down Under, Brigitte from Austria, all you guys, man. Thank you so much, all of our guests. We love you all. Thank you very, very much. This is for you. For you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Spend time with your families. Appreciate what they are. And we always know that fans feel the fleet.
Fans feel the fleet, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy. Stay safe. And see you next time.